Hi everybody, it's editor Ricky Lee 99. This video is a little bit different. Just hit play and listen to it. You don't have to look at the screen. I had some ideas that I wanted to get out there, so this is it. If you like this video, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I'm going to go through a little post-mortem review of my experience of Windows on a Snapdragon CPU. In case you missed the other video, the little jokey one where I introduced my new laptop because of the death of this device. Basically, I was sick last week. Some soup fell on this thing, and because there's only one charge port, which shorted out, this device can no longer be charged. After talking to HP, water damage is not covered under the regular technical support. So their option was repair this, no repairing it. You basically have to buy a refurbished unit. Since this is a 1.5 year old device, I didn't think it was worth buying another Snapdragon device, so I bought a Surface Pro 6. But I've put in about half a year. I bought this in July, so I've put in some good use on the Snapdragon, and it's been long enough I can give my thoughts on Snapdragon on Windows. It is not ready for prime time, to be honest. Yes, it's like using a slow Windows laptop from 5-6 years ago. But surprisingly, it is usable. It is very usable. You have to come into this experience knowing there is some serious trade-offs that you're going to take using Windows on ARM. Any type of classic Windows desktop applications you would use, Chrome, Photoshop, brains going blank, even stuff like NordVPN, things like that, they don't work so good on this. The slowness that comes from using from emulation mode just makes this device horrible to use. No sugarcoating it. You would in Chrome, just typing stuff into the URL bar, www in Chrome, would take 10 seconds to type. It's that slow. But if you use native ARM64 apps like the built-in Internet Explorer, now that Office has been recompiled for ARM64, Office, stuff like that, it feels like using a laptop of its speed, a device of its speed, 2 gigahertz. You don't feel the sluggishness, the emulation hit. But as soon as you touch anything x86, for example, using Internet Explorer and LastPass, the LastPass extension, Internet Explorer was ARM64, so that thing ran fast. But as soon as I had to go to LastPass to populate passwords, things like that, because the extension until recently was x86, 10 seconds to type in my password. And then another 5-6 second delay watching it go, oh, I found the password, let me copy paste it in. So, temper your expectations. But here's the thing. Yes, it was slow in that respect, but this thing had a 20-hour battery life. There were times where I went to the neighbor island for work trips where, yes, my Pixel uses the same charger, but I leave on Friday morning, take the 7 a.m. flight with this thing fully charged, use it at the airport using the LTE connection, so I did not have to worry about jumping on Wi-Fi. Using the LTE connection, get on, do my stuff, get on the plane, do a little bit more computing in the plane, get off, do the shoot, whatever we had to do there, get back to the hotel, start using this thing again at night, watching movies that I downloaded on it, typing up emails, things like that for a good 3-4 hours. Head out the next day, repeat the process, film, shoot, blah, back to hotel, another 3-4 hours, back on Oahu on Sunday. Never had to charge this thing once, because it's still, at the end of that, would still have at least 50% battery life. That was huge. That was, I wouldn't say it's a game changer, but it changed my perspective of how I would need to do things. I wouldn't have to worry about, okay, I gotta charge my laptop. It was just always ready for me to go. It was there. It was great. Yeah, I mean, I like that portion of the always connected Windows experience. The slowness, you had to put up with it. You know, it's always compromise, advantages, disadvantages, compromise. Whatever worked, worked. There's that. The screen was great. Unfortunately, I can't turn it on anymore to show you that the screen was great. There was Netflix for this. There is Netflix in the Microsoft App Store, for lack of a better word, that let me download, you know, the whole season of Umbrella Academy, which was the last thing I watched in this thing. At least we got to share one more good time. Umbrella Academy. Watching it on this thing was perfect. I watched the whole Umbrella Academy without having to recharge the batteries. So, but, you know, at the end of the day, like I was saying, it's a give and take. Windows on ARM, not quite there yet. This is seriously version 1 hardware. It's the version 1 experience. We all know it's Microsoft's history. Version 1 is kind of like, oh, only if you're dedicated. But yeah, it works. There is a future. I would not be surprised if there's a ARM version of the Surface Pro. Maybe Surface Pro 8 will have an ARM version with LTE, and would be lovely to have 30-hour battery life on the thing. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, there have been newer ARM, the version 2 ARM laptops are out now, so obviously this is a do not buy this version. You know, it doesn't make economical sense, but with the version 3s coming out at the end of the year, I really think we should take a look at it. I will, if I have the funding, I will pick up a version 3 at the end of the year and see how it compares. Although I'm really loving my Surface Pro 6, so, oh no, I really like my Surface Pro 6. It just works. Anyway, I'm Ricky Lee 99. Like, subscribe, do the usual stuff in my video, and I don't have an outro. Someone give me an outro. Feed me. Someone, feed me. Feed me.